What's going on, guys? We are talking two different frogs. We've got the new Vega Frog from 6 cents. And we've got the Jackall Gavacho. Why these two? They are very similar in size, profile, action, and look. Here's all four of them. You can see them. All very close. I've actually fished this for the last 2 weeks since I've bought them. I've been throwing the white one mainly. Throwing that one, and I've thrown the Gavachos, which is one of my top 5 favorite frogs. I've thrown these for a couple years. As you guys know, they're awesome frogs. Just the main difference is really initial thoughts when I first did the unboxing was how angled the hooks are. You barely run your finger, and they snag up. Whereas the Gavacho, they're recessed. So you're not going to snag up anything. If it flips over, you're around grass and pads. Softness, they're very close. It's hard to really tell. Gavacho might be a little softer. But both are really soft. I'd say that mid-soft. They're definitely not depth soft or like coppers and stuff. But they're soft enough. They both have the cup mouth. The only complaints really I've gotten with the Vega Frog are I threw around a lot of lily pads and I threw around a ton of grass. On the pads, it would roll over, and it would snag the tops of the pads. If leaves were flipped over or propped up, it would start snagging them, so you'd have to like pop it free. My buddy was throwing the Mega Bass Pony Gabbit, the big one. Same thing. It's got the recessed hooks on it. Wasn't having an issue getting hooked up or snagged on any of the grass or the pads. This one was definitely a lot more snagged than the other frogs that I tossed. It walks really well. It's a very easy walking frog. I do my loop topwater knot on it, and it walks extremely well, much like the Gavacho here. My only other issue is how short the hook is here. Not necessarily the gap or how big the gap is here. It's really how short the shank is here compared to some of the other frogs. Like this is a longer gap from the tip to the back end here. The fish that I was sticking, it would stick them, but I mean you could just pop it right out, no problem. A lot of them just weren't going past the barbs. With the Gavacho here, you can see it's a longer shank. It definitely still has the wide gap, but it's not nearly as wide as the Vega Frog because the Vegas are bent up, so it gives a little wider gap. This is a little bit heavier hook on it, just by looking at them. The other issue is this is a little bit narrower hook here between, opposed to the Gavacho. It's got a wider, bigger hook on it. A little bit easier hook out, and these hooks tend to bend out on each one, whereas this is just a straight shank hook. The weight stayed in it, and the this plastic insert, epoxy insert, stayed there. The nice thing is with the hole here, just make sure when you squeeze it away from you or it pisses all over you. It spits pretty well. It walks really well. Other than that, it's been a solid frog. I'm going to continue probably throwing it. I might throw the Gavacho this week just because I love throwing it. It skips really well too. It's a nice heavy frog, so you can kind of shoot it under laydowns and overhangs and brush and all that kind of stuff, much like the Gavacho. I mean, they are very similar frogs. This one's a little longer, a little thinner. This one's got a fat gut on it here. It's a little shorter bait, but they're both that same kind of weight to them. They both walk really well. I know the Gavacho, I'm pretty sure this one's made in Japan. This one's made in China. The other downside is this is 13 bucks. This is $9 or $10. So price-wise, I don't know why this one's more. I don't know if the R&D he's done in it, he's got a lot of money into it, so he just needs to recoup all that kind of stuff. Price-wise, definitely the Gavacho. Awesome frog for the price. Their hooks are awesome. It walks really well. But these are the two. I haven't even thrown the black one yet. But, I mean, overall, hookup ratio has been, man, it's been tough, really. I've missed a ton of fish on it. They just didn't stay buttoned. And I don't know if that's just the narrower hook gap here and the shorter hook here. It just seems like the hookup ratio was lower than my typical like NF60s, my Depsil Decays, the Caras, the Gavachos. It just wasn't there. The two fish, I caught in the evening Saturday. I had one really good one that I actually got in the boat on this frog, and then the other ones just would not stay buttoned up, even with tight pressure on it. I don't know. I'm gonna keep throwing it and see what's going on with it. I'd probably give the Vegas probably like a B plus for all around. You know, when you consider price and application and hooks and around cover and all that kind of stuff. Awesome frogs though, pretty solid. If they would come down to the $10 range, like the Gavachos and like the Caras and stuff, they would have a really solid frog for the price. But that $3 more for a frog, you can kind of start buying. The NF60s and awesome frogs. So, but all around, great frogs, dude. Been throwing them. I'm gonna keep throwing them. See how they do. Throw them until I can't throw them because we're getting to the end of the season. But those are the comparisons between the Gavacho and the 6 cents Vega Frogs. Smash that thumbs up, guys. Notification bell. Blah, 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 blah. Hope you guys have a good one. We'll talk to you guys later.